Hey, everybody! How you doing? You got Paul Turner and Eric Green here with this exclusive webinar: how a newbie can go from complete newbie, stone cold, to 5K. So we're going to take you through that. I make it midnight in the UK. You can probably tell by the dark rings under my eyes. I'm staying up to do this for you, American people. God knows what time it is in Australia. So Eric's just chilling out, probably with a beer or something in a hotel. So while we're waiting for people to come on, because I can see you all jumping on now from wow, all over, which is awesome. So Eric, how you doing, man?
I'm great, man. I'm sitting here in Charleston, South Carolina. My daughter graduated 8th grade today, so they are officially today's day one of the summer for them. They're out of school until I think they go back toward latter part of August. So we decided, sort of last minute, to bolt about 3 hours down to the coast to Charleston, South Carolina. So we're going to spend a couple of days here and enjoy the beautiful area. So it's great to be here. It's about 7 o'clock Eastern. I think you said midnight in the UK. So we're ready to rock this thing. Super excited about what's going on and all the information we're going to share with everybody tonight.
Fantastic. So why don't we do this just to give people a chance, because you know what it's like. People always come on sort of after the event. So let's just take 2 minutes before we get into the slides and really give you the meat. We don't want to take a lot of time doing this, but let's just tell you quickly about us, because I know we've got a lot of people that probably don't know us looking at the list here. So my name is Paul Turner. I live in the UK. I'm married. I've got one son who is now old enough to thankfully go and live on his own, so that's awesome. I like playing guitar, but I like marketing online even more because of what it allows me to do. We've aimed this one at newbies, or people that maybe have been in online marketing, MLM, or anything like that, that kind of home-based biz industry, and haven't made the money they want. And me and Eric cracked it, and I cracked it largely thanks to Eric. Learned a load from Eric, and I've ended up working with a guy, which is pretty cool. But I'll tell you my breaking point. Some of you may relate to this. I was in a job. I used to be an area manager, so it's quite a good job. Used to have a big area that I covered in the UK. And one day the regional managers came and said, listen, guys, this is what we want you to do. We want you to leave your house in the morning and get to your area for 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock is when you start work. And then we want you to carry on till 5, preferably 6. And that's your day's work, and then you head home. So I said, yeah, that's great. My area is 3 hours away. So you want me to leave at 6 in the morning, get there for 9, finish at 5, get home at 8, or maybe leave at 6 and get home for 9, and then do it the same next day? Yeah, that's right. No, I'm 3 hours. Yeah, 3 hours. That's not a problem. You can do that. And then it was like, I'd always wanted to work for myself, but that's when I really started to take this seriously. And I left that job within, I think it was 3 months. I was gone after that. So that's a very brief potted history about me. I've had the usual struggles. I've kept going, and I've cracked it. And it's my intention to share everything that I do that made me successful to help you guys. That's enough about me. Eric, you got 2 minutes, because if you leave Eric to talk, he just runs his mouth, as he says. He keeps going. So you got 2 minutes.
I'm going to be pretty quick, though. Guys, listen. I'm a professional MLM failure. Okay, that's really who I am. Okay, I pretended like I wanted to be a superstar in network marketing, and I pretended for probably about 10 years while I sat and rotted away in a cubicle in corporate America. And that was really my life. I jumped through multiple different programs and network marketing. I didn't understand internet marketing at all. I was a belly-to-belly guy when I got started in this gig. And, I'd make a little bit of money, and then I would stop, and then I'd get frustrated, and then I'd invite, I'd get on a roll, and I'd go off, and I'd invite 15 people to come to our hotel meeting, and one would show up, and they didn't have the money to get started. And that was the life I lived. And but I always believed, because I met people that were doing well, and networkers are and people that are really pushing toward something different. I just liked being around those people because they seemed to be really positive. And where I was in corporate America, I mean, all we did was kind of just get through our days and bitch and moan, and that's really where it was, because we were just trying to get to the end of the month. And because I came from a background of corporate sales, we were only as good as our last month. So you could be a hero 1 month and be pulled into your manager's office and told you better get cracking and get some sales in, or you're going to be out the door. And that's why I lived. And it wasn't until I found the internet and I started to understand. I met this guy from Australia, my first mentor, and he was making $20,000 a month doing videos on YouTube. And I said, how the hell is this guy making $20,000 a month doing these videos on YouTube? And that's really where it started for me and opened me up to this whole world of marketing. It was a high ticket product, just like we're with the company that we're in. And I've always made money in if I really trace back to the very beginning, the most money I've made in this industry have been in business models like the ones you're going to hear about tonight. It hasn't been in network marketing or multi-level marketing, even though I've built teams over 10,000. It's been in these type of business models, and it allows someone to create cash flow fast. And let me tell you what, it's cool to build a team of 200 or 300 and 500 and get all excited, but you're making $500 a month doing that. Okay. Let me tell you what's even cooler. Making two or three sales, not building a team of 500 and putting $3,000 in your pocket. Guess what? You go home to the wife, the husband. If they weren't believers before, they say, hey, do that again. That's pretty cool. Can you do that again? So guys, that's what you're going to hear about tonight. So that's my story in a nutshell. We're excited to get this to you, and sit back, relax, hang tight, because you got Paul, the man here, going to break it down for you.
Fantastic stuff. Thanks, Eric. And I think you did it in about 2 minutes. So anyway, let's get into the groove. We hate those webinars where people talk for hours. So while I'm starting off my screen share, let me give you a bonus tip. Eric just mentioned there the husband or the wife. If you've got spouses that are considerably negative, shall we say, all you need to do is, as soon as you make some money, take them out, buy them a gift. And it soon turns around. Right, Eric, I know you're on mute, but you're going to have to unmute and just let me know if you can see my screen.
I got you, buddy.
Awesome. Right, so let's kick this off proper. Oh, God, see, I don't know what that screen means.
I'm seeing you again.
It says, okay, hang on. Let's get rid of that.
This is so cool.
Can you see that?
I've got you. I don't have a screen share yet.
Oh, hang on, it must have cut off.
I had the screen share, and then it went back to you.
Try a screen share. There we go.
There you
I
go.
love technology.
Yep. You're good now, buddy.
If I click. Okay, cool. Right, let's go then. So, how a Stone Cold Newbie can make $5,000 in 30 days. That's kind of the intention with this, guys. So as you can see, there's Eric Green and there's me. Somebody described us the other day on a webinar as kind of the odd couple. Particularly because I'm in the UK and Eric's in the US, I guess. But there you go. So, two guys, one crazy idea. Just so you're aware how this all came about, really, and how we're kind of qualified to tell you on this webinar how you can make the 5K. Our crazy idea was, we were kind of chatting and we weren't even drunk, I promise you. We kind of ended up saying, what if we showed people exactly what we did to grow a business from scratch and show how we built it, and we had the intention of doing $30,000 in a month, and we gave ourselves a 3-month period to do that. So we said, okay, in the next 90 days, we want to take a product from absolute ground zero that we're not associated with currently, not use our lists, just go from scratch and hit 30,000. And that was kind of our high goal. That's where we wanted to get to. Okay, so to be honest with you, it's kind of crazy. I still don't know why we did it, because we could have fallen flat on our face. So if you want to see what we did, there's the screenshot there. That's the screenshot of our back office. We actually achieved $30,000 in sales. That's 30 paid members, and that's $29,000 in commissions, because the first one passes up. And I still believe if we had written on that piece of paper that we wanted to do $40,000, we probably would have done $40,000, because a lot of this, I think, is mindset. But we're not going to go into all that tonight. We're going to just give you exactly what we did, talk you through why we did it, and then you can copy along. And my intention certainly is you'll get great value out of this, even if you don't want to join us in Exodus. However, hopefully you're going to see the benefit, and you're probably going to be chomping at the bit to join us. So what we're going to cover, what we look for in a business and avoiding the common pitfalls, exactly why we chose Exodus. We're going to cover Facebook engagement ads, which is by far and above the way that we have brought people in. And we're going to share with you exactly how we do that. How we follow up with people, team support. We'll just run through the whole process again, just to summarize it. And then for people that are watching this, that's you, because you're here taking your time to watch it. then we've got a special offer for you that's really going to help you succeed. Okay, so there's not that many slides. We will try, I promise won't take too long, so I know some of you are going to want to skip straight to the offer. So, but you kind of need to understand some of the good stuff we're going to go through. And I'm just going to keep going through these, Eric. If you want to chip in at any time, you just chip in, okay? But I'll just plow through unless I hear from you, okay?
Will do.
Okay, so common problems. If you've been around in the industry kind of, I guess, any amount of time, you can probably relate to some of this. So getting leads, okay? It's everybody thinks that getting leads is the lifeblood of your business, and they're right, but I strongly believe you don't need lots and lots of leads, and kind of we're living proof of that. We've only got we've got a group, and I think we've got something like 350 people in it, and that enabled us to do 30k in sales. So we certainly know how to get leads, but most people struggle with it, and also how to market to them and not just spam your link all over the place. A big problem. Not having enough return on investment to do paid ads. I have been there where I'm thinking, okay, I've got $200 to spend. I'll do a solo ad. I'll do whatever. The money's gone. Or even if you do make a few sales, which is rare, I think, these days with solo ads. But let's suppose you do make a few sales. It takes so long for the money to come through. You can't afford to do the other ad to get more sales in for ages, and you kind of lose momentum. So having to wait a month to 6 weeks to get your money, again, bad for your cash flow. Anybody that's been in MLM is going to know about team duplication. Typically people quit 2 to 3 months at best if they're not making any money. And if you can't get them to get motivated, especially if they're only spending like $25, to be honest, it's not kind of enough to get them to say, okay, well, I've spent that $25. I'm really got to make this work. So the retention rate in MLM is generally pretty poor. And lack of support from sponsor or team. Really, I just put that down to not knowing what to do, because I will promise you that your bills don't have your sponsors or upline's name on them. They have your name on them. It's your responsibility. It's not your sponsors or your uplines to learn what to do and get going with it. However, we do understand it's the knowing what to do. Okay, we're very conscious of that. And then the other problem I see all the time is you need too many sales to make the income you need. I've spoken to lots of people that said they want to make $4,000 a month, for example, and they're selling a product that makes them $25. So, you know, that's 40 sales to make $1,000. So that's 160 sales that you need to make $4,000. I don't like those odds. That's a lot. I only need 4 sales with what me and Eric are doing to hit that income now. Okay, so these are some common problems. So why did we choose Exodus? Because it addresses some of this. One, it's global, so we can sell it anywhere. Okay, the pricing is sweet spot. Now, Eric referred to it earlier as it was a high ticket deal like this. I suppose technically it is a high ticket deal. It's $1,000 and $299 for your license for Exodus, which is a yearly fee, but obviously you've got no obligation to carry on next year. But let's just think about $1,000 for a minute. If anybody is serious, they can get $1,000. Okay, is my belief. I joined a franchise model in the UK. Cost me a few thousand. You know, I got a loan for home improvements. I didn't spend it on home improvements. I spent it on the business. I found a way to make it happen. It's the same with this, really. And I know some people that have joined us, they've gone out, they've made it happen, and it's great to see them making sales. We might give a shout out to some people later on. It's instant pay. You get paid straight away. You can get paid however you want. Okay, you decide. You can have bank transfer, you can have PayPal, you can have money sent in an envelope if you really want to, but it's up to you. So you make a sale now, you get paid now. Done for you marketing systems that are newbie friendly, so that helps with the duplication. I complimented Paul Stevenson, the owner of Exodus, when I first spoke to him on his back office. It's very newbie friendly, and it's very clear the systems they have to bring in traffic. The good return for every sale, it's actually 100% commission. So you sell the $1,000 product, guess what? You make $1,000. Absolutely fantastic. Paid instantly. Now listen to this. The number on the website is the owner's number, not your number. You can have your number on if you wish, but it's the owner's number. Now, he has a very small team, one of whom is his son, that take the calls. So the system is very automated. It encourages people to call the number if they've got questions. And guess what? You don't have to speak to anybody. The owner does it for you. Okay. Again, newbie friendly, and it's great for duplication, because I know a lot of you out there looking at this, you don't like the S word. sales. Nobody wants to make sales. Okay. Also, this is very, very professional. Okay. This is a setup where really you belong. If you go through your journey and you will end up here. Why not start here? Why not get here now, where you're making a decent return in a company that you can totally believe in the products. One of the products, for example, that Paul is loading in now, I spoke to him again, there's a lot to it, but it's recordings of a seminar that a gentleman called Jack Zufelt, if you've heard of him, he's quite famous in self-development circles, but people paid $15,000 to go to that seminar, and you are getting the recordings in your back office included as just one of the products in the $1,000 package. Okay. And also we knew that we could bring something to it with our Facebook engagement ad system, and we knew that we could bring leads to it and help people. So for us, Exodus was kind of like, it ticked all the boxes and more, to be honest. It's so rare in the industry you get an owner who's kind of hands-on that you can speak to. And I was speaking to him today, for example, and he says he's often up till 2 in the morning speaking to people in America. That's how dedicated he is. So let's just talk briefly about our Facebook engagement ads, because we're talking about newbies here. Okay. So Eric hit upon this cool idea for using Facebook ads in a way that were cheap. They get approved where home biz ads don't. So they get approved. They get people to take some small action, okay? But when somebody takes a small action, they're kind of more involved, they're more dedicated, they've got more skin in the game, just by taking a little simple action, okay? So it works for that. And now you can get very, very targeted with audience insights. So I did a training on that, and I'll show you how you can delve in. And if you want to target, you can pretty much target, women called Brenda that live in New York, if you want to, that are aged between 35 and 37. You can get very, very tight with audience insights, and they're cheap. People don't believe us. I was speaking to somebody yesterday, Eric, and they didn't believe we spent $5 a day on an ad. And with the results we got, they just don't believe it, but it's true. Okay, so I won't log in and show you some examples because I'm conscious of people's time. If you want to know, reach out to me, reach out to Eric, reach out to the person that invited you, and we can show you some ads. They're all in our group. Okay. So what next? You run your ads, okay, and rather than send them to a page, are you there, Eric? Do you want to say something?
No, keep going. You're good.
Okay, so I heard the wind or whatever. So, okay, this is a ninja trick, guys. I should have colored this slide and made it stand out, because this is a ninja trick. Okay, don't send them to a sales page. Okay, create a group, a free group with a value-based training. Put some value-based content in your group. Put it as the post at the top. Okay, so what you do is you get people to comment on an engagement ad, and they will typically say yes. So we might say, if you want to know how we're helping sports car fanatics fatten their bank accounts. And with the audience insights, we target people that like sports cars and a home-based business industry, or interest. They've got an interest in home-based business. So we might say, if you want to know how we're fattening your bank accounts, or how I'm going to afford this fantastic sports car, nice picture of a car, say yes. They say yes, and rather than send them to a website, what we do is we put a training in a group and we send them to the group. So the information they want is in the group. Why? Well, every post is a follow-up. So every time we post in the group, they get to see it. And we can be interactive with them. We can chat. They can comment on the thread. Okay. Other people come and comment and agree, disagree, and you get a bit of debate going, and it's fantastic. So email marketing generally has terrible open rates. Just think about what happens when somebody's in a Facebook group. When we post, they get a Facebook notification to say Paul Turner just posted in the group, and they get an email from Facebook telling them that as well. So they get 2 notifications, which is fantastic. So I'll show you what our group looks like. If you want to go ahead and join it, it's Eric and Paul's Marketing Secrets. So if you go and search for it, that's the header when you find it. You'll find it if you go and search for that. So I hope you've all got a pen and paper and you're going to write that down. And we look forward to welcoming you into that group. And as you can see there, I don't know what date that was, but there's only 271 members at that time. And we've only been in Exodus, 5.5 weeks, I think it is. So you can see you don't need big numbers, guys, in terms of leads and people to hit good numbers in sales with Exodus. And that's one of the things we like about it. So that's our group. Go and have a look, see the sort of things we post. And, you can copy that for your own group. You can kind of learn from what we do. Okay, so Eric and Paul's marketing secrets. And somebody, I could just see Simon Hearn and Fred Owen, you've just asked to join, so congratulations. Right, I'm going to give you 2 secret formulas now when people say, well, what do I post in the group, or what do I post in the group? So I'm going to give you 2 secret formulas. I have my own version of list building, and I call it alternative list building. 1, learn something, okay? So if you look in the back office of Exodus, for example, there is lots of stuff in there, okay? You're not telling me you can't watch one of the trainings, listen to one of the audios, read one of the reports or books. You'll learn something. Implement it. So like you're watching this webinar now, hopefully you're going to go and take action, and you're going to go and create an engagement ad. And if you go to our marketing secrets group, there's actually a free training on Facebook engagement ads. I should have said that. So if you go to our group, you can actually get a free training on how we do the engagement ads. Okay. So you can go and you can learn that. Then you can implement it. You can put an ad up. And then you share your results, no matter how small. So that's one of the things you put in your group. Hey, I learned this fantastic Facebook engagement ad technique. I put an ad up, and people say in our group, you'll go and you'll see it, and they go, guess what? I've already got like 3 leads in 10 minutes. And, you know, it's only been running a day, and I'm in front of like 1,000 people. We get things like that all the time, which is really good to see. But here's the thing. Most of you out there watching this have probably never achieved many leads at all. And believe me, people want to know. If you find a way of creating 5 leads a day, 1 lead a day, people want to know. A lot of people out there would kill to know how to generate a lead a day, 30 leads a month. Honestly, I promise you. So what you do is then you teach others, and you say, look, this is what I learned. This is what I did. Let me show you. People will beat down your door for stuff that works. And that is one of the secrets we've done. So remember that list building, alternative list building, learn, implement, share, teach. And then the other thing is a 3-step system, and this is thanks to Ray Higdon. I'm a massive fan of Ray Higdon. I follow all his stuff. I got one of his trainings, and he puts it over really well. Find the lead, connect with the lead, determine the need. So if you know people have a need, whatever that is, it might be to get more leads, it might be to help with conversions, it might be self-development. All that stuff is in Exodus. A lot of them will want to know how to make $3,000 to $5,000 a month. Guess what? That really is in Exodus. Okay, that really is in Exodus. Plus what we bring to the table with the Facebook ads and the strategies we're telling you about now. Are we making sense so far, Eric?
Yeah, making total sense. I'm just sitting back enjoying the ride so far, man.
He's got a beer, I bet. Yeah, I bet he's got a beer. So, how to put out value, even if you're a newbie. Now, look, I just did a screen grab here. This is just one tiny section of what you get for $1,000. But Darren Little is actually, he's mentored Eric and he's mentored me, okay? And so he is in there, look, right at the top, okay? That is a fantastic interview. You can find probably 6 or 7 or 8 golden nuggets out of that you can learn, implement, share, teach. Even Klassen, Jeff Stevenson, Jerry Schroeder, who else? Jack Zufert, who I mentioned, who's one of the top sellers, and Nightingale Covent, the self-development thing. James Starler, again, classic guy, and there are a ton more, okay? And that's just that little bit. There's whole courses in there, guys. There's so much value, you will never be short of marketing once you've got Exodus. Now, let's talk about special sauce. We live in a world, let me just tell you a quick story. When I used to work in a mobile phone shop, cell phone shop, and there's at the time, I think about 6 cell phone shops where I lived. And we had a particular phone, a handset, and I don't know how it works in America, but over here, you can generally get the handset for free, and you pay more on your monthly line rental because the phone is free. That's how it works in the UK. So we had a deal with quite a new handset, a good handset, and we had the offer. It was a free handset. And then there were 3 accessories you can get: an in-car charger, a leather case at the time, and a hands-free kit. So we had a deal, and we did 2 of those for free, and you could buy the 3rd one, okay? So this guy comes in, and he said, I'm after this phone. I like the deal you've got, but over the road, they give me the hands-free kit for free as well. And I said, yeah, no problem, we can do that. And he's like, what else can you do? Oh, well, the phone's free. All the accessories are free. What more can I possibly do? Because the line rental's down to the phone company. Right? I can't change, what the phone company do. And he said, I know, but there must be something you can do. Just something for me. People want a deal, guys. They want an offer. They want something special. They want the special sauce. Okay. And for many of you, particularly if you're a newbie, that's really hard to come up with something that you can make as an offer. Okay. So we try and do that for you. And the Shadow Commission Project is what we called our little idea, where we would try and make 30K in a 30, over a 90-day period, do 30K in a 30-day period, in a month, 30K. So guess what? We broke down everything we did and we shared it in that group. And this webinar is part of this. What we do is we make that available to anybody that joins our team, and anybody that joins their team, and anybody that joins their team. They all get access to our Shadow Commission Project. Do you think it's attractive to people to be able to come and see how two guys do 30K in a month? Okay, $29,000 in commissions on 30K of sales. Yes, it is. So we provide that special source for you. However, you can also do your own. For example, you could do a promotion, a bonus training. You might give away something with it. And what we do, like this webinar, for example, we will put this on a page when it's finished, and you can put your ID on the end. So all the links around it will become your links. That's the kind of thing that we do for the team. And inside the group, we also teach you crush campaigns. We do limited offers sometimes and time-based offers. And guess what? If they're working for us, we always let the team have access to them as well. So have some sort of special source. If you can't come up with your own, just use ours, guys. Okay, that's why we do it. We do it to help our team. Talking to teams and team support. Exeter system, fantastic. Okay, it encourages your sponsor to help you make a sale because the first one passes up. So the way I like to put it is every sale turns into two. So if I buy from Eric, for example, I make my first sale. Guess what? That sale goes to Eric. So Eric is a cool guy and wants to help me anyway. Okay, but do you think he's a bit more motivated because if he helps me, he makes $1,000? Of course he is. That's how it works, guys. So I promise you get support. But listen, if you're a newbie, how can you really tell somebody what to do and support them? You can't, because you haven't had any experience yourself. Guess what? That's where we come in again. Shadow Commission Project, guys. Okay. If you put a question in there, somebody will come back and help you. If it's not me and Eric, it'll be another one of the awesome team, because we've got some really good people in there. And remember, for the end of this webinar, just remember that we really want to help you. Remember I said there'd be a special offer to really help? Well, wait and see. It's coming. Okay. So anyway, what we did is we created an additional group that are just for our business partners. So we share everything. That's the Shadow Commission Project group. Remember, we had the marketing secrets, and then we created the Shadow Commission group. That's what that group is. So we share everything we do to create our results, absolutely everything. We've also shared some failures as well, so you don't make the same mistake. We provide done-for-you ads and swipe copy. Eric is a master copywriter. I kind of build the pages and set everything up. Eric is just like crazy creative guy, so he does that. But guess what? He makes it available to you all. We also do additional trainings. We encourage and motivate each other, and we provide our marketing materials. Again, this webinar, for example, will have a link on the end. You can put your username on the end of that link, and then all the links become yours, and you can share this out as if you've done it yourself. Can't be cooler than that. Now, I need to talk about this report. A graphics guy is working on this, and we are spending a ton of money on graphics. So I've just taken a little screen grab of the top of it here, but listen, that doesn't do it any justice. I just did a picture so you know it's real and it exists. We had the crazy idea again that we could do this fantastic. It was going to be a PDF originally, but we've actually made it a website because we have got a ton of testimonials. One of the things that makes people buy is social proof. Okay, it's like Apple. I recently got a MacBook after being a PC guy for years. Why? Because all the marketers I hang around with, except Eric. Eric's got to catch up. But all the marketers I hang around with are telling me, "Oh, Paul, you got to get a MacBook. Once you go Mac, you never go back. It's so much better and all this." So guess what? I've been swayed by social proof, and this is what the report does. Okay, if it can make me spend 3 times the amount of money on a computer, it can help you people join Exeter, believe me. So the report, guys, seriously, I wish it was finished. The graphic guy is a little bit slow, but he is awesome, and that's why we use him. This will be out, I would imagine, next week. He sent us the first copy of what he'd done tonight, and we just approved it straight away. It's awesome. It is going to get you so many sales. I promise you. It is brilliant. Tons of testimonials. So let's just run through again. Okay, exact overview. So, okay, this is if you want to take a screen grab of this slide, or wait for the recording, or don't try and write it all down. but take a screen grab. This is kind of basically the step-by-step. So 1, decide on a business you want to promote that's going to meet your income requirements with the least work and is scalable. That's what we saw with Exitus, right? We knew we could scale it. Create Facebook engagement ads to a targeted audience. Conversion comes from getting your targeting right. If you are promoting a diet product to fitness fanatics, they're probably pretty thin anyway, okay? Because they're active, they're fit, not the right audience, okay? You want to target couch potatoes, right? Get the targeting right, and that's what we teach, and you're over halfway there for conversion, I promise you. But remember that Ray Higdon thing, get a lead, connect with a lead. You add them to a group, and in the group, that's where you connect. Okay, that's where you can put stuff, and they get used to seeing you. Okay, and it's a way of following up with them. Remember, they get 2 notifications every time you put something in the group. They will see what you are doing. Create an additional group for customers with a bonus for people that join and offer team support there. And one of the things that we do sometimes is we'll go into our marketing secrets group and we'll say, hey guys, we just put this awesome training in our Shadow Commission Project group. And that makes people want it more. You know, they want to know what's going on in that group. And then they see all the social proof. You know, we've shared the report, you know, a quick run through of it. And they're like, this looks really, really cool. And it gets you more sales. It just takes time to build the connection. Okay. It's a vital step is that you have that group. It works so well. Consider a launch bonus to make some quick sales. We did something, we called it the stack, and we helped people get their one-up sale out of the way. That's what we did to get the ball rolling. But once you've got the momentum, it takes on a life of its own. And at one point, we just couldn't stop signing people up, honestly. Also, it gives you an income story. Now, let me clarify what that means. We now have a fantastic income story. We did $30,000 in sales in 30 days. It was our intention. We did it bang on the nose. It was $29,000 actual commission in our pocket. Okay. Now, doesn't that give us a fantastic story to go and market that makes you, I would imagine you are on this webinar because we're talking about making 5K. That's probably what attracted you. When you've seen what we've actually done, I hope you're excited. I hope you, because we still are. We still have to pinch ourselves a little bit because it went incredibly well. We didn't expect to do it in 30 days, but that gives us such a good story. Now, your story doesn't have to be 30K. Your story could be, like Darren, Ned Kelly, shout out to you, Darren. Darren stretched to get in. I'm sure he won't mind mind me saying that. He'd invested in something else, so he didn't have the ready cash for this. He stretched, he made it happen. In his first, I think it's his first 4 days, he's made 2 sales. He's got his money back. Okay, fantastic. Now he's got a great income story. Also, a great income story is that I was in for 4 months, and then it just clicked, and suddenly I made a sale. It doesn't matter what it is, but people love to know your story. They can relate to you. And one of the things that we're going to help people with is telling their story, okay? But if you can get a launch bonus, get a few quick results, it all adds to that. Then what you need to do is just plug into the done-for-you marketing systems from Exitus or your company if you don't choose Exitus, but most don't have it. Exitus is absolutely the best, okay? And then you just repeat and scale. Whoops, let me... I don't know what happened there. So repeat and scale what works. With the ads, we don't get it right every time we place an ad, even now. So sometimes we do an ad and it flops. When we get one that works, we scale it up, okay? We're getting more people in the group now because we're scaling. So that's the whole process, guys. And at this point, if you get any questions, if you want to put them in the chat, I'll come off the screen share soon and we can look at if you've got any questions, okay? So put them in the chat if you've got anything. So, whoops. It works, okay? It does work. So Sharon Parker's in there. She's made 3 sales, $2,000 profit. She just welcomed someone in again today. So well done, Sharon. And remember, guys, we've only been in just over 30 days. So, this is pretty quick for it to work. Sally, again, Sally just welcomed someone into the team today. So congratulations, Sally. And, she's tweaked it and the likes shot up. That's 2,193 people. She's getting 0.09, so that's 9 cents per engagement on her ad. Well done, Sally, for taking action. Janice made a small tweak to my ad last night to get a little more targeted, and I woke up to 94 leads. Wow. If anything, that's a problem, because then you've got to connect with 94 leads. But imagine waking up to 94 leads, guys, because that is pretty good. Well done, Janice. Again, action taker, superstar. Now, Eric Green, because it says at the top there. Mark Simmons. I have known Mark. I actually did an interview with him. Some of you may have seen it in the group if you're already in our group. Mark Simmons is smarter than me and Eric put together. His job is a management consultant. He has gone into companies and taken them from a $1 million turnover a year, so it's a pretty substantial business, and turned it into a $10 million a year business. Okay, he goes into companies to turn them around, failing companies, and he turns them around. He's very, very good at business. And yet he'd struggled online, as most people do, just like everybody else. Okay, so super sharp guy, invested it's $20,000 in a real high ticket deal. Like I said, Eric said Exodus is high ticket. It isn't really. Invested $20,000 in a high ticket deal, and in the course of a year made $88, guys, $88. And in the group he was in, apparently that is considered brilliant. He is one of the leaders now, because the theory is that the two sales that total $88 will then go on and eventually do like Mark's done and spend 20,000. Okay, so anyway, he saw what we were doing. He asked me about it. He said, okay, I want to go for it and give it a go. So he paid $12.99 to join Exodus, and as you can see there, he made 3 sales in his first week. So the first one is a pass up, so then that's $2,000 clear profit. So Mark, again, fantastic. Mark just gets it now. It's clicked, and Exodus has made that happen for him. So congratulations, Mark. Carol, what can we say about Carol? 5 sales in 3 days, and I think she's up to about 8 or 9 now. And new team members are loving the training because it's all laid out for you. It's simple. Okay, so just want to stress again, guys, this is like within a 30-day period. These people are making things happen. So if you want more testimonials, just ask. Okay. Proof is great, but you want to know if it's going to work for you, right? That's the thing. So I'm assuming you want to know if it's going to work for you. Do you? Would you like a special offer? Hopefully you're all saying yes. I can't see the chat, but hopefully you're all saying yes. So what we're doing is we're doing high-level shadow commission project coaching. 30 days to change your online life, I'm calling it. And there comes a time, guys, when once you've cracked it, I'm being deadly serious, and I've said it before, and people don't believe us. But me and Eric, we both want to see you succeed, and especially in a deal like this where there's a one-up, it's in our interest to help you succeed. But honestly, the driver is to get people free from the cubicle, me from my car. You know, there's people can relate to what we did, okay, and how life sucked when we had jobs. So for people that get it, that are already in with us, or get in with us before the 15th of June, right? We're going to have a 30-day coaching platform, okay? So we can't have people coming in after the 15th and then try and catch up with them, right? So I'm going to run through this really quick. Week 1, discover how to set yourself up for massive success. So that just gets the foundations out of the way, done and dusted, you're all set up. Learn the art of telling your story. Remember earlier I alluded to this? Your story, guys, is so powerful, I can't even tell you, because people can relate to your story. And if you think you don't have a story and your life's boring and you're not very interesting, guess what? There's millions of people out there that think the same, and they will be able to relate to you. Okay? And if you've got a fantastic story, like you go hot air ballooning and you drive sports cars and you're an international man of mystery or whatever, then guess what? People will want to emulate you and be like you. So it kind of doesn't matter what your story is. If you tell it in a certain way, it will appeal to people and people will gravitate towards you. So then you learn how to leverage new marketing report that I gave you the glimpse of, and I half wish I hadn't, because the new one just looks so sexy and cool, and that just looks kind of plain and boring because that was like put together just to make a mock-up. Okay, but you're going to be able to learn how to leverage that and get it out there to make those $1,000 commissions. We're also going to teach you how to tap into your passions with the Facebook engagement ads. Remember I mentioned like fast cars earlier? I've got ads running for guitars. Other people have got sports cars. Some people have got animals. Whatever floats your boat, you can use and you can leverage that, because if you're passionate about it, that comes across when you're marketing, okay? And it will excite. Again, you're attracting the right sort of people. Week 2. Now, we don't want to work with people that don't take action, right? So if in week 1 you come in and you do your story, you got a whole week to do it, we can actually work with that. If you haven't done it, there's nothing we can do to help. Okay, so if you've done your story, week 2, it's about the action takers. We'll showcase what you've done. We'll look at it, we'll give feedback, we'll help you tweak it to make it even better. Okay, and we're not just we've done this before. Okay, we sold this as a separate product. Okay, so we've done it before, so we know what we're doing. We're well used to doing it. We'll be selecting some of the work, the stories and FB ads that you guys are using to use in future marketing campaigns, and we're going to help you build your brand as well as the entire team make more $1,000 commissions. Me and Eric are very big into like taking something that works, making it available for the whole team to strengthen and multiply all our efforts. Okay, so that's where that comes in. So by you doing well, you're actually helping the team as well, which is a pretty great feeling. Week 3, we're going to set up private and exclusive interviews with team members that have had success in sales. Maybe actually just people that have taken action and got it done. We'll talk about your experience, but particularly people that have had success in sales. We're going to interview you like I interviewed Mark Simmons. That is now on a page. All the team can share it. It is just such good branding for you. Mark's getting seen everywhere now and loving it. Okay, and it says there, we'll turn them into marketing pages, promote them all over, and you can use Facebook ads. So the system kind of feeds itself. Use the ads, get the result, share the result. It's back to that list building model. Okay, share the result, use Facebook ads to share the result, get a better result, share that, and it just goes round and round. So it's unstoppable, exponential growth. Phase 4, for all the members that took massive action, what we're going to do is we're going to create a training product. Okay, and I guess we're going to make that available. We'll probably do 2 versions. We might do a free version, and then we might do a more advanced one that people can go and buy, and we can put that in JVZoo. But for you to be able to stand up and say to a prospect or somebody that reaches out to you, because they will if you do what we teach, for you to be able to say, yeah, my name is Paul Turner, I'm actually featured in this training product, how good would that make you feel? And what do you think that does in the eyes of your prospect to see you've been featured in a training product? Guys, that is, you know, you can't buy that. Okay, you can't, well, I suppose you can buy it, you can bribe somebody, but seriously good for your branding, for your image, for your publicity. Okay, now I mentioned earlier, Eric is the copy guy, he does all our copy. I really got to get my head back into it, but to be honest, he just does such good stuff, I leave him to do it. So all the copy that he does, guess what? You get it too. It's Eric's copy is proven. He works for a lot of other marketers that come to him to get their copy done because he's just so good at it. You get that. I mean, to hire a copywriter, go and check it out, guys. Go and see how much it costs. Seriously, it costs a lot of money. So that is the 4-week overview. But it's up to you to make the change. We can't do it for you. The 4 weeks could literally change your life, provide you with tons of marketing breakthroughs, and most importantly, load up your bank account. But you must be a founding member, or that's somebody who's already with us, or you join before the 15th, okay, at midnight, and we always go PST to extend it as far as possible for people, or be on the team of one of our founding members. So in other words, if you're watching this, you don't necessarily have to join me and Eric. Get back to the person that invited you to this webinar. Okay, so the question is, who's ready? So hopefully you are. So if you've got questions, though, you can reach out to us. There's my Facebook profile, facebook.com/morebizweb. There's Eric's, facebook.com, the digital gangster. I think you've had that handle for quite a while now, haven't you, Eric? Probably about time you got a new one. Get back to the person that invited you. We're all about the team. It's not about me and Eric. We're all about the team. We're not trying to take anybody's sales. If somebody invited you here, get back to them. And I'm sure, wouldn't you feel good with those kind of results? Okay, 5K. If we can do 29, our feeling is we can definitely show you how to get sort of 5K. Carol's already done it. I think Sharon, if she hasn't done it, will certainly do it within the month. Mark, I believe Mark got a pass up today, so that puts him on 4 inside his first month. People are doing it, guys. Okay.
You still there?
Again, something we do for the team. It's actually coded to the person that sent you here. So Eric, do you want to fill in for a minute while I come off screen share?
Yeah, buddy. So we're wrapping it up here. How'd we do? We're about 45 minutes in, so this is pretty killer. Hey guys, as you can see, I'm super mellow today, and this has been a really no hype based webinar, man. And that's what we like to do. We like to just get people the information. But as I was sitting listening to Paul, it's interesting. I had a conversation the other day with someone, and they asked me. They said, "Eric, you've been in the game a while. What sort of advice would you give me?" And I think the biggest thing that I can share with anybody who's trying to, and I was looking at numbers while Paul was working. Paul worked tonight. I was just chilling back here I did have a brewski. I got it over here. But I was checking some of the back offices, even outside of Exodus. I'm involved in multiple things, and money. I was just looking at the money coming in, and a lot of this stuff was completely automated. These were sales that were happening, and the same thing with Exodus and these type of business models we love because you can't say the wrong thing to the right people, and these systems are designed to create that automated income. You just need to insert yourself slightly into them to get them to work. But what I said to this individual was it goes back to just common sense. Okay, let's break this thing down real quick in a common sense way, guys. Okay. All right. This will always be a numbers game. Okay. It is a numbers game, guys. I mean, there are literally, if you look at our marketplace today, I used to be a guy walking around my local market thinking, who can I talk to today about a business? Now I've got a phenomenal business partner out of the UK, right? And I deal with people as far over as Australia, New Zealand, right? That's my marketplace now. That's your marketplace. We have a global marketplace, okay? And when you look at that global marketplace, how many people would love to make additional income? Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, tens of millions. Let's think about it, guys. Let's just look at Facebook alone. Over a billion, I don't know how many, over a billion people on Facebook. Guys, the bottom line is if I could tell somebody, look, here's a system that does 95% of the work for you, and I can show you how to plug into done-for-you campaigns or show you how to get 5 to 20 people a day who are interested in making extra money on Facebook to raise their hands just to basically introduce them to a system that can generate them $1,000 commissions. Okay, that's all we do, guys. You hear what I'm saying? That's it. So I told this person, I said, it's so many people get caught up in trying to chase the secret formula, the secret button, the secret this. Oh, it's over here. Oh, it must be over. It's not a secret, guys. Okay, it's not. Marketing is no secret. Marketing is black and it's white, and there are different shades of marketing, but marketing is black and white. Marketing is about taking an offer, which this offers Exodus. It's $1,000 instant pay model, which, by the way, a lot of people like. I like to get paid instantly. When Paul and I get a sale, we're celebrating. You know why? Because money's going to his account that day and money's going into my account that day, right? That's a cause for celebration, right? So we like that model, right? We like the type of model that does 95% of the telling and selling for us. It's an automated system. I don't have to go and spend an hour on the phone with someone explaining to them what Exodus is. Now, we're doing this because we do this to help people and share who we are. But if someone comes to me, I'm not going, hey, let's pop on a Skype hangout for 3 hours so I can tell you about Exodus. No, I'm saying, look, here are the tools I have. So if we have a report that shows testimonials, here's the system, go through the presentation, call the owner. Guess what? Call the owner, right? We have the ability in Exodus just to tell our prospects to call the owner. Hey, I'm busy. I'm with my family. I'm chilling. You know what? I think Paul Stevenson, our staff, is going to be able to answer the questions a little bit better than us. So when you really break it down, guys, all we do is we put numbers to the system, eyeballs to the systems. How do we do that? Marketing. That's how we do it in marketing. So the done-for-you campaigns, text, voice broadcast, Facebook, we show you how to get eyeballs. We can't I can't get you to pick up the phone or actually call the text provider that they share with you and say, please run my leads. I can't do that for you. But if you can do that, you can get leads to the system. I can't tell you log into Facebook Okay, click here. We show you that in a video, but I can't physically, force you to do those things. We show you how to get the eyeballs. That's number one, guys. Number two, we give you the system. We give you the system. There it is, Exodus. $1,000 instant commissions. Boom, boom, boom. The system does follow up for you. So if they opt into the system, they're getting over 25 plus drip email campaigns. These are emails designed to continue to keep them in front of Exodus and to continue to keep that in front of their eyes and in their subconscious. And, oh, man, I really need to look at that. I'm going to join, right? That's how automation works. Now, your only role, right, as a promoter, because if I had to do it all over again, I'm going to come in here with me and Paul, and I'm just going to make a boatload of money because guess what? Paul and that Eric guy are creating the reports. They're doing these webinars. They're creating all this content. I don't have to do any of that. All I have to focus on is getting numbers to the system, the way they told me, and then plug people into that's why we have a group, because that's the other thing, right? People want to go, hey, are there other people doing this? Do you have a team? People want to know, is there support there and all that? We have everything. So really, when I look at it, I go, there's no excuse other than people holding themselves back from being successful. Some of the most successful people I've worked with in the industry, right, that have come into the industry and just exploded. They don't even know how to. They don't even have a blog. They don't know how to. They run it. They just are so laser focused on doing a few simple things. Getting you guys. Oh, this is how I get eyeballs to the system. Great. Oh, okay. Now when they come, what do? Oh, I send them through the presentation. Okay, I'm doing that. Okay, once I do that, I'm just following up and either asking them to call the owner or I'm plugging them into a group. Oh, okay. No worries. I'm just going to do that. And guess what happens? They start popping sales. That's what happened to me, guys. When I came into this business, I didn't know anything. But here's what my mentor told me. He said, Eric, I want you to do these two things. Start doing videos on YouTube. I didn't even know what the hell I was talking about. I was just excited because I'm like, holy crap, this is so cool. I'm talking to people around the world. I was like trying to talk to the lady in the diner, and now I'm talking to a dude from New Zealand. What the hell is going on here? I'm being honest, guys. That's how I was, right? I was just excited. And then he said, look, do videos. And then when people respond to your videos, reach out, say hi to them, connect with them, and then invite them to a call. We do 2 calls a week, a Tuesday and a Thursday call. Guys, that's all I did. That's all I did. And in 6 weeks, my first crack at my first deal on the internet, in 6 weeks, I made over $15,000. 6 weeks. 6 weeks. Because I just did that. That's all I did. I did my videos. I connected with the people who said it. And then I reached out to them. I said, hey, I'd love to share with you. I'd love to bring you on a call. I would 3-way them in on the call to make sure they got on. So I'd call them. Hey, and I'd call them into the call. And then I'd let someone else do the selling for me. They would call me up after the call. And then all of a sudden I had $1,500 commission in my PayPal. My wife, I remember my wife saying to me, she was scared to death. She's like, is this legal? Are they going to come breaking down our doors? She had no clue. Imagine that. And guys, at that time, I wasn't killing it. I wasn't killing it financially. So to make that kind of money. And then you know what I did? Here's what I did. And where everyone does. I started going, wait a minute. It can't be that easy. That's what I started. And then I started getting into these hype programs, and I'm going to do a pre-launch. And I got distracted from the simple things that make me money. And even Paul and I, we create all this content. We do this to help you guys and to help us, because marketing is important, guys. But at the end of the day, even when Paul and I sit down and we go, look, we got to get focused. We got to focus on those simple things, and we got to get more eyeballs in front of the system, get them connected with the group, and follow up. When we do those things, guys, we make money. So I know I'm going off, Paul, but I want you guys to understand it's not as hard as you think to make money out here. If you're in the right place, you got a good business model, and a lot of people just get caught up in doing busy stuff that doesn't matter. Oh, I wrote an article, or oh, I did 35 Facebook. Who are you connecting with? That's why we like advertising. Oh, if someone says, Eric, I don't have time. I don't care if you don't have time. You don't have time to set up a Facebook ad for 2 minutes and then in the evening respond to 25 people that say, hey, send me more information. Then you don't want to make money. That doesn't take any time. You don't have time to dial into a text marketing campaign or a voice broadcast campaign where people are saying, hey, give me information. And then every time any one of those people decide that they want to move forward with the business, it's $1,000 commission. Of course you do, guys. It's all right here. So anyway, Paul, man, I'm going off, but yeah, that, You better take over, buddy, because I'm dialed in.
You're not going off. It's good. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. People need to know this because it's true. Me and Eric get caught up with, oh, we can do this webinar, we can do this, and we can create this report for the team, and we can do this, and we can do that. At the end of the day, we didn't do any of that. We just naturally jump on, do a video, and hey, this is what we've done. This is what we are doing. You know, and you just share that, and as you can get the ninja trick, guys, is get people in the group. Honestly, that is what has been the biggest thing, I believe, is getting them into the group. Now, let me just have a word because Eric was talking about Paul Stevenson, the owner. Let me just tell you a little bit about Paul really quick. Now, we've actually done 2 interviews with him, and you can find those. They're online. If you need to know where they are, reach out. I gave you our Facebook details. I'll get back to the person that invited you here. But listen, he actually prefers if somebody rings you and says, oh, can you, or contacts you online or whatever and says, can you tell me more about Exodus? He actually prefers you to say, I don't need to know anything about it. I don't want to know anything about it. All I want to do is run my business with time to go and do what I want to do. Okay. So what you do is if you want information, you speak to the owner. Now that isn't because he closes them. He hates that. He hates it when we say, oh, the owner closes sales for you. The reason being, he says people ask questions, I answer their questions, and normally that's enough. They just need to know it's real. But in terms of duplication, if you're really good and you can convert people, I promise you that most of the people that you bring in that join your team won't be able to, okay? Most of you watching this will not be able or comfortable to do that. And he is the most hands-on owner. I was on the phone to him for 40 minutes today, okay? That's how good he is. He did a hangout for us when he was ill. And I said, oh, we'll postpone. And he goes, oh, no, don't worry about it. He's like, no, I will definitely do it because I committed to doing it. And he did, and he was great, okay? He stays up till 2 in the morning. We had a glitch with somebody signing up today. I sent him a text, just let him know, hey, Paul, can you look into this for me? He came back to me in 10 minutes. We had a chat. He went and sorted it. He came back to let me know. We had a chat for about 40 minutes. And then there was still an issue, apparently. And he said, oh, I know what they're doing. So they're doing something not quite right. So he said, let me ring them and I'll sort it. He actually rang them. Now, don't you want that? Don't you want that in your business? He is awesome, I promise you. And if you're still on the fence and you're not sure, I suggest you go and watch that, you know, one of those interviews and come back to us. So listen, we're coaching you. That is our special sauce. We've done the special sauce in terms of getting set up, creating these reports. We're doing it. So I'm just looking at the chat box here, Eric. So you might have to talk in a minute. Someone's saying we're buffering or something.
Well, while you're looking at that, what I will say is, it's funny because I did watch your interview with Mark Simmons, and Mark's he is such a talented guy, and you know, anybody that takes a company from $1 million to 10 million and does what he does, I mean, he's compensated very well. But there's one line I remember in that interview that struck me, and it was. I
know what you're going to say.
Yeah, it was that. So why even, you know, you struggle with this? Why even play around with this internet stuff? And because he said, well, I'd still like the opportunity to be free, right? Because even though, you know, and I was the same way, man, when I was in corporate America, you know, even times that I was doing well, you know, at the end of the day, I was still strapped to that cubicle. I was still strapped to that, those bosses and those higher ups. And you know, I didn't have the freedom that I really desired. And you know, everyone around me, family said, hey, why would you waste your time? Why would you even play around with that other stuff? Like, get dialed into your corporate America job, move up the ladder. But I knew moving up the ladder just meant maybe a little bit more money, but it meant I had less and less control. Right? As a field rep, at least I could get out of the office. I could get away. I could feel like halfway, like mentally some sort of freedom. But I knew if I went up that corporate ladder, the more and more control and the more and more things that, you know, I would be in charge of and just people and all this stuff that would basically dominate my life. And I didn't want that. And, you know, it's funny today, guys, I go to movies during the middle of the day. I never go when it's busy. And a lot of times I go by myself and it's my own little thing. And I'll sit in a movie theater with either myself or there's one other person in it. And every time I do it, guys, I don't care what the movie is. I just sit there and I just look around and I feel so grateful that I have the opportunity to manage my time any way that I want. Now, do I work around a lot? Yeah, because I love this stuff. So it's not work. Like, I love seeing other people win. I love working with other people and JVing and writing stuff that I know can help people make money, or coming up with an idea that I know can help other people make money. And that's why Paul works so hard putting these systems together and doing all this stuff, because we want to see other people win. But at the end of the day, if I want to shut down, nobody's telling me to keep going. I'm that boss, right? So I can say, you know what? I'm shutting down. I do this to Paul all the time too. I'll just message him and say, "Hey, bro, I'll be in a movie for the next 3 hours, but I just shut down and do whatever the hell I want," and that's the God honest truth. And that's all I ever wanted to do. I didn't want to be stuck in that cubicle. I wanted to do whatever the hell I wanted, whenever the hell I wanted, and I was willing to work. I was willing to be scrutinized. I was willing to deal with the hate, because a lot of people don't want you to win in this game, because and that's just the truth about it. People want you to stay in that comfort zone. People want you to stay where they're at. You start doing a little bit better, or they start to see, wow, this guy may actually break free. I'll never forget guys that I work with turning on me because they knew I was getting there. I was making that extra income, and I was close to breaking free. And I thought, wow. But I understood it, right? Because they weren't willing to put in or have the belief that this stuff was real, and they're still stuck in a place they don't want to be. And this is absolutely, we live in a new world, guys. Look at Gary Vaynerchuk. Look at all the people who are out here creating their own economies because of social media, because everything we have going on. The average person now, it's a level playing field. Anybody with internet access can come out here and generate freedom and make more money than they could ever even imagine. So anyway, I'm on my soapbox, but whether you guys get in or you don't, we're going to keep doing what we're doing, and you're going to keep seeing, testimonies. You're going to keep seeing people win. So anyway, back to you, Paul.
Yeah, let me just clarify the cost. There's a couple of people have been asking about the cost to get in. It's to be a part of Exodus Elite, okay, to give it its full name. We always say Exodus, but it's Exodus Elite. It's $299, and that kind of gives you the license to be able to go and sell the $1,000 product. And the $1,000 product, you need to buy that. So it's $1,299 in total to get in. The $1,000 is one time, so you only ever pay that once. The $299 is yearly. So assuming next year you want to carry on, and listen, if you can't make it, I know it's $1,000, okay? But honestly, it's not really a lot of money. Honestly, I used to think it was a huge amount of money, and I guess it is if you haven't got it. We've done 30 sales in 30 days. People spend it, okay, to make the return. I'll come back to that slide. If you're selling something at $25, you need 40 sales to make 1,000. People see it, okay? So the price is awesome. So it's $12.99 to get in. I would recommend, I don't know what Eric thinks personally, I think at least $50 to spend on Facebook ads, spending probably $3 a day to make it last longer. Ideally, more like 150. But if you've got a marketing budget, great. But there are free ways of marketing. I mean, we teach stuff on Facebook we can share with you. Okay, but ideally at least $50 for ads. If you want to do the SMS, they do 2,000 text messages going out, lead supply for $150, for example, which is pretty awesome. You will need to follow up with them. For you guys in the US, it's great because you can use your cell phone. For us guys in Australia, New Zealand, UK, you need an online platform to do that. Okay. What I also tell you is, guys, I'm sworn to secrecy, but there is some amazing stuff coming in Exodus. The reason I was on the phone with Paul, the owner, for 40 minutes today is because he shared some stuff with me, because obviously now me and Eric are kind of like leaders. With what we've done, we've got a great result. Okay. Typically people do $3,000 to $5,000 with Exodus. Okay. That's where most people want to be. That kind of covers their bills and everything. So that's where it's tuned in. So yeah, he's great. The cost $12.99 to get in. Have at least $50 for ads is my recommendation. And the first sale passes up to your sponsor, just as when you bring people in, their first sale passes up to you. So the first sale passes up to your sponsor. After that, there's no more pass ups. So if you make 10 sales, you give one away, the other 9, and if you keep going, the rest are yours. Those 9 that you've got left, out of 10, those 9 are yours. They will all give you a pass up each as they make sales. what Paul said to me when I first started, when I rang him, I started off like you guys. I rang and spoke to the owner. And what he said is, okay, look, most people really want to make 3 to 5K a month. That's when he surveys them and when he asks them. So he said, listen, if you want to make, say, 5K, go out month one, make your $5,000 in sales, make 5 sales. The next month, you just get the people that you sold to, get them plugged into the system so they'll give you a pass up. And then get those people plugged in so they give you a pass up the next month. And then get those people plugged in so they give you a pass up. And he said he's got people that are making really good incomes and they've only ever made like 4, 5, 6 sales. So with what we teach, you can bring in sales every month and it just multiplies and multiplies and multiplies. So that's hopefully clarification on the prices. Don't sit on the fence. Yeah, don't sit on the fence. You get splinters for sure, definitely. I'll answer that, David, after. If you contact me, facebook.com/morebizweb. I'll have a chat with you by all means. Yeah, we love you too, Darren Ned Kelly. Awesome content. That's what's the amount again. Yeah, I think we're good, guys. We've been on just over an hour, so I know what it's like when you listen to these webinars. They can get boring. I'm going to hand over to Eric for the last word, and then we'll call it a night.
Hey guys, so again, I want to reiterate. That's a big word. I want to reiterate,
especially after a beer.
I know. The 15th. Okay.
Yes. 15th.
The 15th, midnight PST. That 30-day mentoring, those 4 phases, those 4 weeks. Here's what I want to say to you, and this is 100% fact. Okay. Marketers, there are marketers, okay, for coaching that do about half of what we're going to do in that 30 days that charge up to $5,000 for that content, if not more. And they're not as hands-on as we're going to be throughout that process. That's a true story. So I want people to understand that, because we go out of our way with value. We do things that I promise you, if you've been in other communities, you've been involved with other programs or other leaders, and not to discount other leaders at all. A lot of leaders are phenomenal. We just give tons of value. It's just who we are. It's how we roll. I've always been like that. I know Paul's always been like that. And what typically happens is we have leaders that come up in any new deals that we're doing, and that's already happening. We already have the League of Extraordinary Women. Congratulations, that's coming up, doing some amazing things. We just have a community that's all about giving value. So, guys, that 4 weeks is ridiculous what we're going to be doing. It can really take you, your brand, and your business to a completely new level. Remember, this is a $1,000 buy-in, guys, plus the $299. So we're going to give you that if you get plugged in before the 15th at midnight PST. You're also going to get access to what we provide on a week-to-week basis inside of our private groups for the Shadow Commission Project. You're also going to get our report that we're getting ready to roll out, which is designed. When I wrote that report, it was designed from a multiple 7-figure affiliate marketer that I belong to and I pay for their private training. And that report is designed to get people over the edge and to buy, right? So we do everything in our power. If you can get eyeballs in front of the system and everything else we provide, you have about the best chance possible to start generating those $1,000 commissions. So guys, don't sit on the fence. Don't sit around. Don't wait. And trust me, if you think it's hard to make $1,000 sale, I was just talking to a millionaire mentor friend of mine, and he said, you know what, Eric? And he loves high ticket stuff. And this isn't really high ticket like Paul said, but he said, you know what? And he's right. It's easier almost to make a sale of $1,000, $3,000 or $5,000 than it is to make a $50 sale. You know why? Because you actually have less resistance, because typically that individual wants freedom. They have maybe some money, but they don't have any time. They don't have any freedom. And there's less resistance from that person because they want to change their life than somebody that can't afford $50 or that beats you down because it's a $75 program, beats you down because mentally, mindset-wise, they're not ready. They're not at a point to go next level. So trust me, there's no way we could have sold 30 in 30 days, right? If it was impossible to sell $1,000 package. Guys, I work in another program. They have up to a $40,000 package. And guess what? When I first saw it, the guy that runs that said, Eric, and this guy's has been a 3%, top 1%er in high ticket for over 15 years in this industry. He said, Eric, he said, people buy that stuff. I've sold many packages over 100,000. So it's your limiting mindset, Eric, that's holding you back. And he's right. He's right. So anyway, just wanted to bring that up. 15th, the 15th, the 15th, the 15th. I'm drilling that in your head because that's it, guys. You're not going to get whoever's there. And that's any one of our team members getting it with us, our founding members, or any of their people. That's it. Boom. That's it. That's it. So make the decision, guys. That's all I got, Paul.
Yeah, guys, it's not hype. You know, people think, you know, we talk about special sauce and you see these things. It's like, you've got to get in here and the price is going up and all that. It's not hype. And the reason it's not hype is, listen, we're doing a webinar now. We've been on an hour and nearly 15 minutes, hour and 10, hour and 15 minutes. You know, it takes time. When we're doing the coaching, if we've got like, you know, I'm answering questions here while Eric's talking and stuff. If we've got, you know, if we're coaching, we've already brought 30 people in. And then there's like, you know, Carol's brought in 8 and Mark's brought in 4 now. And, you know, there's a lot of people. We can't. I love helping people. But when I go to the mortgage company and say, do you know what? I haven't got the cash this month, but I have actually helped a lot of people. They don't accept that. They want the cash. So our time, you know, we still have to market our business and grow our business. And that's why it's the 15th. Okay. And to be honest, we might be taking in too many people at that because it's not just our people, it's our team as well. So I just want to make that clear. I'm English. I don't do hype. Okay. That's the reason why we're making it the 15th cutoff date. And like I say, we can't have people joining 2 weeks after that and then try and recap and go over everything. They can watch the trainings for sure, but maybe they can't come in onto the live webinars we do and the stuff like this. And I mean, we've had so many great comments. Thank you all. Really appreciate it. We do try hard for everybody to succeed. And with that, guys, I'll let you all go. And particularly in the UK, for those of you watching, thanks for coming on because it's late now, 1:15. Appreciate you coming on big time. I look forward to seeing you all in the group. I'll put the link in the chat. Quickly grab it before we go. Eric, thanks a lot. You're in a hotel. Again, Eric, look, he's in a hotel with his family. He's taking time out to come and do this. So really appreciate you, brother. Thanks for doing that and for everything you do for me and for the team. Rocking.
Bye, guys.
Cheers.
Sign up.
We're on. Bye.